Hi everyone, it's Sungeun. Welcome to Lifestyle C. Do you think you feel comfortable or at ease in your home? Whether you say yes or no, you can still improve your home environment and amplify your well-being and level of aesthetic satisfaction. So if you are interested, please keep watching. First, I need to explain that this video was inspired by my experience at the event called A Space for Being presented by Google during Milan Design Week 2019. So Google hosted an interactive installation where people explored 3 different rooms with a specially designed armband to measure the physiological responses to the designs. And each room was designed using neuroaesthetic principles. It sounds very complicated, but no worries, I will explain everything. Every room was created considering different senses, for example, visual, tactile, sound, and olfactory. Then the visual aspect was divided into lighting, decor, color, art, and accents. When I came to the realization that there are many aspects that can influence our body and mind, I had an aha moment. So these are the factors that explain which room I felt most comfortable in. Based on Google's explanation, my perfect room was the 3rd room named Transformative. It was very clean, minimal, and modern. To be honest, at first I was not fully impressed by the results because I felt I liked the 1st room the most. But after I read this readout thoroughly, I noticed this is absolutely my favorite style, and I was blown away by the idea of how we can design a space more thoughtfully that fits our personal preferences. Let's have a look at its aspect, and I will show you some examples using my results. This is just an example, so you can definitely make your own list. Undoubtedly, decor is the biggest part of our surroundings. Look around your sofa, chairs, tables, sideboards, shelves, rugs, etc. Do you think your current furniture and fixtures make you happy? If not, take some time to think about the reason why you are not. Write down your wish list in detail and keep it in mind for your next purchase. You can write it down like this. Google said, I feel comfortable with simple, clean lines, linear and elegant, deep-seated sofas, and rounded chairs complemented by refined pieces in wood and metal and textured rugs. Next up is lighting. You can consider different lighting features in your room. I think every room has at least one ceiling lamp for its main lighting. However, I always encourage you to bring more lighting such as pendant lamps, table lamps, wall sconces, or any kind of indirect lighting, because overhead lighting is not sufficient to light a room unless it's a very tiny room. And those examples of ambient lighting will deliver specific purpose and create a cozy mood. I consider color as important as concept. I'm a huge fan of color schemes, so if you feel your room is a bit messy and mismatchy, find your color scheme, remove some items out of your theme, and bring in one that matches. It will make your room look organized and instantly cohesive. Art is my favorite decor items all the time. It will bring a unique aura and give your room your personal taste. If you wanna check more about art as home accessories, please check my last video here. When we design a space, we need to balance some basic items along with some accents to make the accents pop. Choose a theme that you love to have as an accent. This can be assorted plants, a group of mirrors, a gallery wall, colorful home accessories, book collections, etc. Let's move on to tactile. I think this is actually more crucial than the visual aspect. We can bear some eyesores for a while, but when you feel a tickle or your skin feels uncomfortable, it's really hard to stand. For example, if you hate touching the cold floor with your bare feet, you can solve this problem by bringing in a soft rug to put under the bed. I'm not a music expert, so I can't give you a lot of advice. However, I've already noticed how music impacts my mood. So I always try to be more intentional with my playlist rather than playing a random list on Spotify all the time. Lastly, we can improve our surroundings by scent. I've had a lot of bad and good experience because of the smell. I feel like my nose reacts to smell before I really start to look around a place. Many of us have very keen noses, but we can also get used to scents very quickly. So sometimes we don't pay attention a lot to the smells in our home. However, once you start to take care of it, you will notice the difference and feel lost. Invest some time and money to discover scented candles, aroma diffusers, and incense that you enjoy. When we think about interior design and home decoration, we usually put finding concept as the top priority, right? Like Scandinavian style, coastal style, farmhouse style, etc. Of course, having a concept is important and it's the key to make your place cohesive. However, I was wondered how we can define our style by those general styles. We can label the room or home, but let's make it more complex and creative. I believe designing a home should be more tailored for each person and their family. That's why I like this approach of considering our surroundings with various perspectives. Let me know your thoughts about this kind of design approach. I hope you like this video and get some inspiration. Give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Then I will see you guys next time. Bye!